What's the worst moment you've ever had with someone? My father showed up at my apartment with flowers, like I was his girlfriend, and my fiancé had to tell him he was my father, not my husband. I always knew my dad behaved strangely with me. After my parents divorced when I was 9, he never dated anyone again. He said I was his entire world. At first, it made me feel special. He bought me candy and took me shopping, calling our Saturday outings daddy-daughter dates. But things got disturbing as I grew older. In school, he threw away my makeup, saying I was too pretty to need it, and demanded the passwords to my phone so he could read my messages every night. He hated all my friends, especially the boys. When I told him at 17 that I had a boyfriend, he slammed the brakes in the car and broke down crying, accusing me of throwing our relationship away. I felt so guilty that I broke up with the boy a week later. Even in college, he called me 3 times a day, and if I didn't answer, he would drive 2 hours to campus. Once, he showed up at 1 a.m. just because I fell asleep without sending him a good night text. After graduating, I met Malik, my current fiancé. When I told my father we were getting married, he lost it. He sent me messages saying I was replacing him with a stranger and that he would do whatever it took to get me back. But the absolute breaking point came last month. Malik and I were cooking when my father showed up at the door with an expensive bouquet of red roses, the kind you'd give a girlfriend. He walked in like he owned the place and launched into a speech about wanting to start over, even suggesting we go to couples therapy together to work through our issues. Malik, staying calm, interrupted him and said, "Sir, I'm sorry to say this, but you are her father, not her husband." The silence was suffocating. My father turned red with rage, grabbed his flowers, and left without saying a word. Since then, he's been texting me saying Malik is poisoning my mind, but I've finally started therapy. My therapist has confirmed what I had long feared. What I lived through for years was emotional incest.